Yep.
I think it's because my internet. That's not very great. Though that's just how I start the stream. Hey everyone, this is my very first interview from my channel, and I am here with my very first person I'm interviewing, Ewan. Ewan, is that?
Ewan.
Oh, Ewan. Okay. Well, so basically, what we're gonna do is I don't think anyone's watching. So if anyone does have questions, and I guess audio's a bit off, it's just that my internet isn't the best currently. So yeah, just introduce yourself, I guess.
Okay, for anyone watching, my name is Ewan. I have done my channel for, oh, your camera's glitching a lot too, for almost, it's like 2.5 years now, I think. And yeah, review rankings, movies, songs, like artists, music, TV, musicals, all that stuff. And I do that now daily. So it's pretty good. It's been good lately. And yeah, I'm excited to have this. It's my first time being interviewed.
You've done a lot of collabs with all my friends recently, so when I saw, it's like I decided to just DM you because, like, I don't know, you just seemed like a cool guy. So I wasn't even like, I wasn't gonna like at first just try to ask you if you wanted to be interviewed or anything. I was just like saying hi and everything, and I guess you just checked out my Instagram and like video where I was saying hey, if you want to be interviewed, just DM me, and that's cool. Start. I've been trying to plan it, and I inspired you to start YouTube. What made you want to like just upload videos in general?
Well, I had really liked movies, but I noticed that when I was talking to people about them, they weren't as interested. So I was like, like, am I just kind of forcing it on them? So I'm like, well, if I make videos and put them out to the internet, then people, especially on YouTube, people can choose to watch them. Because it's not like if you're having a conversation, you can like cover someone's mouth, but you can't, like totally avoid that. Whereas on YouTube, you can just, like choose to watch a video. You see it, you click on it, boom, you're watching the video. So it's just like, I'll do that. And it's a good way to talk about the movies. And I mean, it's a good way to like format it, because I like obviously edit my own videos too, and I write them out before, so I can kind of know this is the way I'm going to express it. And yeah, so it was kind of the thing of, I want to talk about movies a lot to people, and I want people to be able to choose if they want to hear about it.
I mean, a lot of people say that, like, hey, like, every time I hear anyone, like, I ask them, like, hey, what inspired you to, like, start YouTube and such? Like, why would you want to start YouTube? Normally what they'll say is like, oh, I drive my friends crazy by talking about films. I never really talk to my friends about movies. I don't want to, like, this is obviously, like, in an interview about you and such, but I never really talked to my friends about films. That's why, but for a lot of people started that. I guess I just wanted to talk about films to people. So that's how a lot of people wanted to start it. And we have some people in the chat. I guess we'll just catch up on that. Love, hey, thank you. You should probably link your channel in the description. I am such a... I apologize. But
that's okay.
Hey, Spidey Reviews and Gaming Pro. Hey, Josh. Hey. Hi, Adam. Love this video, by the way, of interviewing YouTubers. Thank you. Also, you guys, you go ask Ewan some questions. Like, just ask him some stuff in like the comments and such, and I guess he'll just answer them, because this isn't obviously about me. This is about him. So.
You read the last comment.
Yeah, sorry that it's like, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, sorry that's like an awkward pause. It's just that I'm just trying to link his channel description so you guys can check out his content, which you should, because It is great.
Thank you. And
I should
yeah.
probably just keep up with it so this doesn't get awkward.
Hello. My favorite movie, we'll get to that later because we have a few set questions, but you'll hear about
I'm
that, don't worry.
sorry. It's like really. I sent him. Hi. Hello. I'm just gonna just sing it. It's really laggy, so yeah. Crap. Is he doing Richard Chaffin?
Oh no.
Carriers and I should probably put the thumbnail on there. I really apologize for this.
It's okay. It's all good. Oh, Josh has a question that I don't think.
Okay, there.
Let
me see. Hi. Ewan, what's your? Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, so just go and answer it.
Yep, answer it. Okay.
Ewan,
so basically,
how did you start finding the creators and marketing? Sorry.
Basically just through Instagram. That's just the thing, is that I don't know, like I see someone or like they'll tag someone in their story and I'll be like, oh cool, this is interesting. Or like I'm added to a group chat and I go see who's on it. Like there's a few people that like I met through a group chat. I'm like, oh cool. But then there's others where I totally forget. Like don't remember exactly how I met Chris from Filmstock. But now we make monthly videos. I remember following him, but I don't know how it got to that. So there's a few people where I'm like, I met like Brandon, the Brando critic, through like a group chat and then started talking to him. And then we've done like he's done video with us. I've gone on his show. So there's stuff like that. So I just have to say Instagram. That's just the basic thing is Instagram. Some people DM me and sometimes I'll DM someone if they like, just like you put something on your story and I'm like, oh, cool, that's interesting. Let me respond to that. Or like Josh, when we did our live stream about Cobra Kai, he had put the review up and I'm like, we'd been talking, I think we had been talking about collabing, but I'm like, that'd be a good idea. So there's like that. And yeah, there's a little bit of a lag on his side. His Wi-Fi isn't the best, but yeah.
Yeah, Instagram is very helpful.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. I almost said Ethan. I'm sorry. It's really laggy. So it's. Oh my gosh, it just isn't working.
I mean, I can hear you. It just takes a minute. So
I'm really sorry. This is.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you put a question up on the screen, I'll answer. But if you want to ask your questions, I'll answer those too. So, whatever works.
Yeah, just answer this, I guess, and then I'll just go back to my questions.
Okay, top 3 YouTube film reviewers. Well, I'll give you 3 that are very famous, and then 3 that are like smaller, but still really like my favorites. Probably, I'll say for like the famous ones, my favorite is Chris Stuckman. Obviously, I think that he's just like, I have his book. I've been watching him for years. The Flick Pick, John Flickinger, and Jeremy Johns. Those are like the 3 where I'm like, I always watch their videos, like live streams for the Flick Pick, all that. And then for like smaller, like nothing in the millions, or like John's, like Flickinger is like really, he's high up. But then for smaller ones, I have to go with Filmstock, Chris. Great videos, like post videos basically every day. And we've done videos together. His videos are really good. Brando Critic. Again, like reactions. He's in like almost 5.55 or 5.45 or something subscribers. So like higher up, but really great content from him. And I need a third spot. I think I'll go with Josh from After Credits because his videos are also really good. They're really interesting, and he has a cool way of describing movies and like critiquing them in a unique way, and I appreciate that when I see that.
I It's actually my top 5. I did a video. I posted a video of that today, which was like my top 10 favorite movie YouTubers, and it just happened. It just happened to me in the day that we recorded this, and I said the same thing, that he critiques films in a unique way. So
That's a good
okay,
thing. Good thing
so
to hear.
my second question is going to be, yeah. Well, the second question is going to be, what was the first movie you remember seeing? Like the first film that you like saw as a kid, or whenever you started like really get like the first movie you just remember watching.
First movie I remember watching. I've always said Toy Story 3. Like I had watched movies before, and there are probably other welcome. Probably other Disney movies, but like that's the first one I can like. That's the one that I still to this day remember visually seeing, and I've seen it a billion times since because it's fantastic. But I feel like obviously that's not the first one, but that's the first one I remember watching.
So I guess I'll just go back to answering a couple of the questions that are in the chat, because I am really behind. Is it just me, or does Gavin to be? Yeah, it is. It's really lagging for me. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, I guess. What do you guys think about Back in the Future? I guess I think it's fun. I think it's a very entertaining movie. It's just really enjoyable. I don't think it's like a.
I heard like half of that. Just saying. And also, oh yeah, for the person
I
in the chat,
know.
per, sorry, for the person in the chat, Jaron talks movies too. That's the one I just forgot him. He definitely should be mentioned. His content, some of the best editing I've ever seen. Like top, like high up, low, and anything. Jaron makes phenomenal content.
This has got to sound awful. I'm not watching the live stream right now, but this has to sound really bad. I'm sorry. I guess for what I was about to say, Back to the Future is fun. So,
and Back to the Future.
What's your thoughts on it? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. The original, like I'll go through the trilogy. The original is one of my 15 something favorite movies. I think it's just phenomenal. It always has been. I've always loved it. I really enjoy the second one, and the third one is good. It's just my least favorite. But also, quick plug here. Next week, I think I'm going to be doing a video with Alex Thomas on the Back to the Future trilogy. I think we're going to be ranking the movies on my channel. I just got the 4K for Christmas trilogy, so I'm going to watch through those this week and next week, and then we're gonna rank them on my channel. So come back next week on my channel for that, which is funny you asked, but yeah.
Yeah, which is in the description. So
Thank you. Yes.
it's a possibility. It is taking forever. This has gone a lot worse than I was expecting.
No, it's good. As long as I can hear you, it's good. Yeah.
I should now. I'm just not gonna do a play-by-play. I'm only gonna show the questions because that doesn't take as long.
Okay.
3. what you like? What did you watch anyone before you started YouTube? Like, was there a YouTube?
Oh yeah, like some of the people I mentioned, like the ones that really inspired me to start were Chris Duckman, Jeremy Johns, the Flick Pick, and Sean Chandler. Like Sean Chandler talks about because I started. I think he might have been the first one I found. I don't know why. It was after Black Panther came out. It's probably one of his rankings because he does a lot of those. And then I
Oh
checked
yeah,
that out, and then I
especially
watched
the
the rest of the
MCU. He
channel.
does one like
Yeah, he does a lot of
I don't know if it's just
content for that.
maybe you froze from no. Yeah,
I have no idea what you just said.
it is so off. It doesn't matter. Just go. Just go.
With oh yeah, so like basically that's just I watched Sean Chandler. I watched them and
Yeah,
I'm like,
just go
hey,
with what you were.
yeah, yeah. And then I watched them and I'm like, hey, I'll try this. And then I tried it. It sucked. It looked terrible. And I still remember I don't have all my original videos, but I have some of them privated. They're terrible, but it's improved, I think.
Okay, other questions to ask him. We'll just do that. What's your
Yeah,
favorite film? Very generic question.
yeah, well, you
Just
gotta know.
here.
And there's a bunch that I really think that there's a
This.
bunch where I'm like, it could be The Dark Knight, it could be Fight Club, it could be Goodfellas, but I think I'd still say Pulp Fiction. I know it's like a generic film bro answer, but I didn't really care because that one is just like absolutely flawless in every way. Like all those movies are, but that one, when I really think about it, I'm just like, yeah, this is why I love movies. It inspires me to like write my own, and I don't know. I love watching. I've seen it 3 or 4 times, maybe 5, and I love it every single time. You find something new every single time. That's what I really appreciate.
I haven't seen Post, and he said this in one of his videos and said, "Walk over the nearest film school and ask the
I know
nearest
what you're
student what's
talking
the
about.
best movie of all time," and they'll probably say, Pulp Fiction.
Fight Club, The Dark Knight. I remember watching that video. I also watched Carson Runquist. I remember watching that video, and I'm like, damn, he lists my 3 favorite movies. Knives
Knives
Out is
Out
one of
is
my.
one of my favorite movies of all time. What do you think?
Oh, it's excellent, excellent. One of my favorites.
It says,
Pardon?
I'm sorry. When I say you go, I meant just you continue with what you were talking about. When I say that sorry,
Okay, I didn't
this
I
is
didn't
just
really hear.
this. Oh, whatever. Just go with what you were talking about. So.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, a Knives Out. It's an excellent movie. It's probably in my top, I think 15 of 2019. I almost said last year, 2019. It has an excellent script. I loved it the first time I watched it, and then I rewatched it, and I really paid attention, and I was just like, this is so smart. Every single one of these like little details, and I really enjoy like Ryan Johnson, super like excellent filmmaker. I really love a lot of his movies, Brick, Looper, Last Jedi, which I really enjoy, and he directed the best Breaking Bad episodes. Ozymandias is the best one, so there's that.
Yeah, I think Knives Out. I'm not a big fan. I'm not. Well, I wouldn't say not a big fan. I don't watch whodunits that often, but every time I watch a whodunit, I always love it. I always really enjoy it. And this is
Same.
just one of those ones that it's like they hide all the mysteries and such in a very convenient and very creative way. It just works, and it perfectly written script. I haven't seen it since I watched it in theaters, but I definitely wouldn't mind rewatching.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like in rewatch, it even improved on me, and I only got to see it at home, which sucked because there's a whole thing where someone broke the door of our theater, so it was closed down for like a month. But I'll answer this question if you'd like.
Okay, here. Yes. Yeah. Just answer it.
Yeah, I think yes, I would agree. It's finding what you like to do. So if you enjoy, like it depends. If you're starting film YouTube, if that's what you're talking about, movie YouTube, then you can start with your reviews. I did reviews and rankings just because that's the type of person I am. I like to make lists all the time. Like you check my letterbox, which is just Ewan reviews, by the way, and I have a million lists on there because I always rank movies. Like no matter what, I'm like, I would. I remember one of my first videos, I ranked all of the posters I had behind me. That's how much I love ranking things. So I think that you just got to find what you like and then keep doing that and find a way to improve. So if that means, watching it yourself and being like, okay, well, I didn't do this or I need to speak differently. Because one of my big things that when I started was I talk like this and I'm like movies like this. And then one of my friends is like, you need to be more enthusiastic, talk about it. I'm like, okay. And now I talk like this, which is not depending on some videos, like you can see me like really energetic, and that's not normally how I am. Like you meet me in person, I'm like, hey, how are you? Like good like this. And on live streams and longer videos, it's more apparent, which is probably a good thing. But if I'm talking about something I'm passionate about, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk like this, and yeah, you know.
The
So
thing is, with I think there's always a perfect balance between not being like very calm about what you're talking about, but not being like
over
just
the
like,
top.
hey everyone, we're gonna be ranking this and just like screaming into the microphone. I think there's always a
Oh
perfect
yeah,
mixture where you're just like talking about things calmly, or maybe it's just your personality to like. But no one wants to hear someone yell and shout because you can be energetic, just don't scream into the camera. So
yeah. Like if you have the
yeah,
odd thing where
and
you like yell something, it's funny.
it
But yeah,
all yeah, like loud equals funny does not work normally, but the thing is when you're talking about watching yourself, I think it's very important to like watch your videos over and over before you actually put it out there and say, is this something people want to see? Is this something that is going to add something to it's getting even worse now. I'm really sorry for that.
it's all right. I heard I think enough of it. But yeah, like I agree. There's a fine line, and you there's that. And I forget what the second thing you said was, but yes. Do you guys have a
Whatever. It
favorite?
doesn't matter what I say on here. So
I know the movies, Napoleon Dynamite, Nacho Libre. I haven't seen them, but okay. I think we might own Nacho Libre, so that means I could react to it. And I'm a massive Jack Black fan. I love so much of his movies, even his movies that are the best. I still love because I'm really entertained by them. And he's like one of my favorite celebrities. Like you have your favorite actors and you have your favorite celebrities for the personality. Like Jablinski Games is hilarious, and I love that's his YouTube channel. And Nacho Libre, I really need to watch. And same with Napoleon Dynamite. Like they're classics. I know they're kind of like they're like the stupid funny, but I'm still interested to watch them.
I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite, which I've heard is really seen Nacho Libre. I haven't seen anything he's directed. So,
Yeah.
question: what is your favorite director?
My favorite
Like, who
director, there's a bunch.
is like just the person that like is my favorite?
Can you say that again? Sorry.
Who is your favorite director?
I'd say Tarantino. I know it's basic. Like there's a bunch that are up there. Scorsese and him switch around like every other day. I'm not gonna lie. But then there's like PTA, Paul Thomas Anderson, Spielberg, obviously. There's a bunch that are really up there. But I think Tarantino, just because he has such a everyone talks about like a unique style, he's able to take other movies, put them into his movies, but do a cool spin on it. Or if you've seen Inglourious Bastards, take a cool spin on World War II, and we get put through perspectives of different people, and that's what's interesting. And then like I love all of his movies except for I still like Death Proof, and I really, really like Jackie Brown. And then the rest I just love so much. Like I'm looking over at them now, but Reservoir Dogs was one of them. And like Pulp Fiction that I watched as I was getting really into like good cinema or whatever you want to call it. So that one I just love, and I've probably that's that or Pulp Fiction I've seen the most out of his movies. Django is so entertaining and so well done. Hateful Eight, amazing script. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of my favorites from last year. And I think I covered them all, but just his filmography is there's not a bad movie in it. That's basically it.
I started trying to get into his films, and the only one I've seen is Inglorious. You know the word, if you know the word, and I
Oh yeah,
really like the
sorry.
creative style he put into it, and but I'm not, and I'm not, I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of like the opening credits. Like, do you really need to add Western music into your opening? But besides that, I thought it had some outstanding dialogue that was very much connected to the plot, some outstanding editing, and just acting as a whole. Probably the best Brad Pitt performance I've ever seen. So
Oh yeah, Brad Pitt is fantastic in that movie, and Christoph Waltz, one of the greatest performances ever, like just period in Inglorious. Sorry, I said the word. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say that or not, but for those, you know.
it's fine. You're saying the title of the film.
Okay,
It's context.
yeah.
I
Band of Brothers.
I really, yeah. There we go.
There you go. Band of
Band of
Brothers. It's
Brothers is really good. Another 1 hour long episodes from each.
I'll answer that. It's on my watch list on Crave, and it's one that actually, ironically, 2 days ago in history class, which is what I'm in now, we're learning about World War II, and there's a scene where all the soldiers go to a concentration camp, which is horrible, and like we watch a scene, and it is insane how realistic and hard hitting it is. Like, it is crazy. So I have not seen it. I know that wasn't really your question, but I need to watch it because I'm a massive war movie. Like Saving Private Ryan's always been one of my favorites. Hacksaw Ridge, Schindler's List, if you count it. Obviously about World War II. Also, just all these fantastic movies. Glorious Bastards. There's a bunch. Full Metal Jacket.
Um, I have yet to see any of those that you just mentioned. What's your favorite actor? So that's
My
like
favorite actor is
a ton of films that you just love.
I gotta say for my favorite actor Christian Bale. I've just he's just been so many things. Like not only is his transformations for all of his movies insanely impressive. Like when you really think about it, all the stuff he's done in like a year, like from American Psycho to like 4 years later, The Machinist, and then in 1 year he built all this back up for Batman Begins, and then losing it and gaining it, and then gaining so much weight for um, American Hustle, and then like losing it, and then Vice, he was really big, and the next year Ford v Ferrari, he was really skinny. So it's bizarre, but I think his performances, American Psycho, it's one of my all-time favorites. It's one of my favorite performances I've ever seen. And yeah, like some of his movies, like obviously The Dark Knight, one of my favorites. The trilogy is my favorite trilogy of all time. Got a poster over there. And yeah, like he's been my favorite actor for quite a bit.
I've only seen I've seen him in much else. Oh yeah, Empire of the Sun. Even the Sun
I have not seen that, but
in
I
one
do
of
want to watch
Spielberg's
it.
movies, and he was very in that, especially for a good actor. Sorry, yeah, sorry if you like hear a little bit of audio qualities. Let's see. Yep.
I've for Better Call Saul, I've seen the first 2 or 3 episodes, I think. I watch Breaking Bad is my favorite I say favorite piece of entertainment ever. I like it more than any movie, any song, anything like that, any like show. It's my favorite of all time. And I remember after I like finished it, I was like, "Oh, let's watch Better Call Saul." And I kind of it was great. I have no reason for not continuing it. I've heard it gets even better, and I really loved it. I just forgot to keep watching it, and I'm really bad with that. Like I've been watching Game of Thrones for over a year. I'm only on season 6, like only the starting of that. So I'm kind of like I'm bad with that, but I do need to watch it.
Yeah, that's like me for a lot of TV shows. Like The Office, it's been over a year for me, and I'm stuck on like season 5 or 4. It's one of those, and now it's off of Netflix. So I don't know if it's on Peacock Premium or not, but so
Oh yeah, like
uh
I for The
okay.
Office,
So
I still haven't
favorite.
finished. What were you saying?
Oh, it never. Just forget what I said. But anyway, you go.
Um, I was just saying how I still haven't finished The Office, and I started watching it December of 2017. I've watched all the way up until season 8. I just don't care to watch the rest of it right now. Like if I get bored, really, I will, but it's not on Netflix, and it's not really that good. Like the rest of the show, I'm saying season 8 isn't really that good. But season 4 is my favorite. Season 3 is great. Season 1 is pretty good. Season 2, 3, and 4 are some of the funniest TV ever. Like I just adore it, and yeah,
Should I try turning my camera off and see if like that improves anything?
maybe we'll see. Try it.
And it would be a lot odder, but I'm just curious to see if it work.
Yeah, sure.
Should I try it?
Yeah, just go for it.
I guess so. So
It might be working better. I'm not sure.
Okay, is that good?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds better right now. We'll see if you keep talking.
Okay. I'm just gonna ruin everything.
No, that's good as long as you can hear it. Yeah, Breaking Bad's great. Highly recommend. And I think I saw you somewhere on Instagram, and I need to check out your videos for the person on the screen, like Jennifer Vega.
Yeah. Yeah, she has great content, so.
Tenet
about-
was my favorite official movie of last year because I said my favorite was Hamilton, but I said like movie that everyone considers a movie, Tenet, just because I mean it had a few little things, but I loved it. The theater experience and even watching it at home was really solid. I love it. I know some people were pretty mixed on it, but I adored it. I thought it was just
I swear, everyone I'm subscribed to is just uploading live streaming and such. I don't know if it's just me, but. Anyways, who is your favorite screenwriter?
I mean, I could say I'll avoid saying Tarantino just because like that's kind of obvious, and I know I set him for director. I might go with Aaron Sorkin because I love just like I'm kind of blanking right now. Aaron Sorkin just has some of the best scripts ever. Social Network is like top 3 scripts of all time. Honestly, Trial of Chicago 7 was great. A Few Good Men is one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies, and I'm a massive Tom Cruise guy. I love Tom Cruise movies, and Aaron Sorkin he has a really fast, snappy way. So when you watch a Social Network, and you'll be blown away within the first minute of the movie because it's this really quick conversation that's just going back between these two characters, and it goes out through the whole movie. Like they had so many pages of the script, and they had to fit it into 2 hours, and they managed to do it. The movie's 2 hours, and they have I forget how many pages exactly, but it's like way more than normal.
What am I saying? I have seen The Social Network, and I need to see screenwriters and people
Pardon?
actually think. So
I'm not sure exactly what you said there.
is the is the audio quality still fine?
It's, yeah, for the most part. Like, it cuts out a few times, but I heard what you just said there, so. There's another question in the chat.
I really.
There we,
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. It just takes forever.
no, that's okay.
So it says,
I've
I've
seen.
not seen Joker. Oh, sorry.
No. You were reading out the question. I was just answering it.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't apologize.
We'll just answer
I've
that
seen Joker.
directly.
I love Joker. It's one of my favorites from last year or 2019. I think it's brilliant. Like A plus for me. Yeah, I get when people are like, "Oh, the violence, I won't watch this." But there are some people who don't like Joker because it's too Scorsese-ish, and where is it this way? Taxi Driver is just awesome, and it totally takes inspiration from Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, like a bunch of Scorsese movies. But I didn't really have a problem. I think Joaquin Phoenix gave one of the best performances of last decade in it. I think it's like a perfect, like a 10 out of 10, A plus, whatever you want to say, movie. And I'd say Adam Driver, just slightly better performance, but I was not mad. I was really happy when Joaquin Phoenix won the Oscar, and the score is one of my favorites of recent years for sure. Yeah.
Say, I don't. That's what I don't understand.
What do you not understand?
I don't get how someone can say that, saying that it's too much like a Scorsese movie and use that as a valid argument. Like, I haven't seen the movie, but I'm just saying, how are you able to use that as like an argument and such? Because Scorsese is amazing. So
Yeah, exactly. I get if it feels like it's only good because it's taking inspirations from it, but there's enough inspiration and I think like uniqueness, if that's a word, like difference, that it like matches. For me personally, I think it balanced well, but it's personal opinion. That's how movies are. They're like that's subjective, I think that's the right word.
yeah, I guess we'll just see when I watch it. What is your favorite TV show?
Oh, Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad for sure. Like there's no question about it. It's my favorite ever. Nothing has come close to no movie, nothing like that has come close to how great Breaking Bad is.
Yeah, sorry if it's just like I'm not answering questions in the chat as much.
That's okay. There's no more.
Done with
So
it, so
yeah, if you want to keep going with those.
okay. Let's see. So who's you? Well, we already did the top 3 movie YouTubers, such.
Yeah.
So you already said like your favorites. What is your favorite genre of film? Animation isn't a genre. You probably know that, but I'm just saying that. So what is your favorite genre?
Crime easily. I just think that I don't know, there's something about it that I've always really found fascinating, and it's kind of hard to describe. It's weird because maybe it's like there's like that like the edge, like the what's gonna happen factor, where it's like the mystery of it, but you still have these like people like Goodfellas is my favorite. Well, Pulp Fiction, but if we're talking like gangster movies, I like Goodfellas, and The Godfather 1 and 2 are also in my top 10 favorite movies ever. So Goodfellas, so like you have these bad guys, but you just want to see what happens next. Like how far are they going to go down this thing? How far does someone go for the family for the Godfather movies? And it's a cool, interesting spin on it. And I mean, The Departed is like the first one I watched that I remember being like, wow, like this is great. This is what I really like when I'm watching a movie. Yeah.
Well, Well, I mean, I love crime as well. Goodfellas is in my top 10, and it's my favorite Scorsese movie. I love the
Same.
first two Godfather movies. The third one isn't as great. Most
Yeah.
people would agree with me on that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just keep going with these. Advice for other like thing like for a creator that's just starting. What is the biggest the
I think you're done with the question, but just keep making videos. It sounds weird, but as I said before, keep making your videos. And while editing, when I finish editing, I don't watch my videos again, and that's led to a few times where my videos have glitched. I quickly scan over them just to check that there isn't like a glitch on the screen, like for half the video, like that's happened for me before for some of my Nirvana videos. But I think, keep making your videos and like keep making your videos, and when you're editing, see what you can improve on. Always, I'm still now seeing what I can improve on. Every time I check a video, I'm like, oh, I should have done this, or I should have done this. So and then when you set up, also, this is just a tip. Always record from a higher angle. My camera is, well, see, this is kind of more in line, but when I'm shooting on my DSLR, it's about a foot higher up than this. So if I go like this is the normal angle that it's somewhere around like that. And if you watch as my camera computer gets unplugged, if you watch my videos, you can see that. So always shoot from a higher up angle. It just helps, and you'll see when you make videos that there's a bigger difference there, and it helps. But just keep making videos and see what you can always improve on. That's my short advice.
I probably would agree with you on the higher spec, so it's just easy for me to hook it up, and I know for some other people it's hard, but it's like, I guess just try to find like some sort of place you can just like lean it against, or maybe like a shelf or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but just find something to just put it at a higher
and like
angle.
if you have a tripod, just like slight down angle, like there's just a little bit down. That's just my advice for setting up and like recording. But I think overall, just keep making videos.
And like you said, watching through the videos is very helpful, because it's like sometimes when I put an image up, I was like, oh, I was a little bit too late, or like some
you got to time your edits right. Now sometimes sometimes through my videos I'll cut in between a sentence and it'll intercut into another sentence, and I don't always love doing that, but sometimes I have to do that for a thing. So I suggest just make your videos. It depends on what content you're making, but for me, if you make a video that has enough pauses and enough quick cuts, like you don't want an unedited full 20-minute review when it could be 8 minutes, and like you have trailer clips and pictures, and that's just how I feel. But if that's what people enjoy doing, fully go ahead.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like scripts help a lot better, even if you're not like that great at like creating scripts and such. They do really help.
Yep.
Because sometimes like videos, which are still on YouTube, sadly, I just ramble on and I don't go anywhere sometimes. So that's
a problem that I noticed in the past, is when I only really started making scripts for my videos. Like, I call them scripts. I just write out my reviews and I kind of say most of it. I don't say all of it. I change like a bunch of it, but I just kind of give myself a basic thing. And then when I'm editing, if I keep messing up a sentence, because there have been times where I try to start a sentence and I mess it up for 2 minutes straight, I just go in and I find where I clap. I'm not going to clap really loud because it'd be loud. Clap, and then I go and I cut that, and then it works. And it helps because you got that, you can focus on where your video is going. And now if I'm doing like a spoiler talk or a live stream, like the one I did with Josh, we didn't have, at least I didn't have any like script for that. I didn't even have notes. I probably should have wrote those, but you got to find a clear direction for your videos, I think.
Okay, so here's another question. Which would be better, MCU, Disney
Plus shows?
Disney Plus shows, or the undercut Justice League? So, which one would you decide?
It depends on what Disney shows we're talking about. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, way up here. I cannot wait for that one. Even WandaVision. For the Snyder Cut, I am really excited because I like a lot of the DC. I like a few of the DCEU movies. I hate some of them, like Suicide Squad. I was not a fan of Justice League. I've seen it once. I watched it once at home in end of 2018, and I still need to see Aquaman and Birds of Prey, which I will watch soon before the Snyder Cut. I'll watch the Snyder Cut as soon as possible here in Canada. I'm not sure how we're going to see it, but I'll find out. And I feel like there's potential because they had the whole mixed up two directors thing. And I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I think Gal Gadot was amazing as Wonder Woman. And I really like Henry Cavill as Superman too. Henry Cavill, yeah. But I have to say the Disney Plus shows, there is too many of them for sure. But if we look at some of the higher up ones, like especially Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm like, yes, like can't wait.
For me, I guess I'll just say my take on this, but I don't really care for any of the Marvel Disney Plus shows because I don't know. I'm not that a Marvel guy. Like I think you're enjoying when people say, "Oh, and they think they have what 6 to 7 Disney Plus shows." So
Yeah.
there's also that.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of Marvel shows that I don't care about. I'm not going to be like the person like, oh, Marvel isn't cinema, because it is. It is. And that's a stupid argument. We shouldn't still be having that argument now.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, but there's like, if you
Like,
gave
I
me
think it's
certain shows, then I'd be like, I can compare it. But overall, I'd probably say the Disney MCU Disney Plus shows just for probably Falcon and Winter Soldier alone. I'm blanking on a bunch of the other ones.
released in theaters as cinema.
Pardon?
If you knew that. So, what is something that you regret
I'm not really sure what you said there.
when you started? I'm really sorry. What is something you regret doing when you started YouTube? Like something really bad, like, oh yeah, that was really shouldn't have done that.
It kind of goes back to what I'm saying is I used to shoot from a really low angle. I always have recorded my videos from here. My desk used to be pushed against. It was like flipped, and I only really did that like a week or something ago, like only for 2021. But I was recording on a tripod. But when I first started, I recorded from basically the level of my ankles up, so you could see like my entire legs all the way up, and it was really far away. And I was recording on my iPad mini, so the audio quality wasn't great either. The video was terrible because even my lighting is not the greatest now. Like I have my ceiling fan. When it's daytime, I have the natural lighting that you can see the reflection of my glasses. Sometimes I use my lamp over there too. Mostly I just shoot like this because it looks pretty even. But like everything, like there was so much, like way too far away, terrible angle. Again, like the way I talked, I was like, hey, Mission Impossible Fallout. So that was one of the first reviews I did. But yeah, that's my answer.
But it's like I have to because I have to be able to grips. But you can see the reflection off my glasses, so
Same. That's the problem with lights, is that if I sit like this, you can see outside, which I don't care because it's outside. But that's the problem is people have like ring lights or like big box lights, and I'm like, that'd be great. And sometimes I'll wear like I don't normally, but like I have worn contacts in videos, and it helps. But I can't have big box lights, or else it's going to be full reflection on my glasses.
Okay. Listen, I'll just keep type of editor.
Pardon?
What type of editor? What am I saying? Editor. What editor do you use?
I use Adobe Premiere
sorry,
Pro.
I really can't speak.
No, that's okay. I started off with iMovie as everyone did. Pardon?
No, you go.
Okay. I started off with iMovie. I used iMovie for so long, like years, probably a year and a half, up until 2020, when I got my laptop. It was like Christmas 2019. So like a month or so in, I started learning Photoshop, and like I don't know Photoshop like super well, but I know it enough to make thumbnails. Like I could make like edits and stuff. And I've always been able to make those on an app called Leonardo. And then I tried to I used the Final Cut Pro trial, and I used it for a month. It was really good, like really good. It's like professional iMovie. That's why it was so easy to learn. And then that kind of ended, and had to go back to iMovie, and I was like, oh, this really sucks. And then finally, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna learn Premiere Pro. It had quarantine had just started, so I'm like, I'm gonna learn this before we go back to school because I was in Comtech, so that means making videos, and we had to use Adobe and all that, like all the Adobe stuff. So then I learned it, and I have some fun stories with that, but that's something different that I'll talk about another time. But then I still use it now because it's a great software. It has a few glitch. It's really sort of non-swearing way to describe this. It's really messed me up, like screw. I don't know if I can say this. Can I say screwed me over? Well, I just said it.
I mean,
It's done that sometimes. So there's
it doesn't matter anymore because it's that's fine. That's fine.
okay.
It doesn't.
I didn't think that's bad, but
That's okay.
it's messed me up sometimes. But overall, it's great, and it has a lot you can do. And I know a lot of people use Final Cut. I have nothing against it. I just didn't have enough time to use it, and I still use Adobe Premiere Pro. It's great.
Another question in the chat. So just.
Oh yeah,
Is there
yeah.
one thing that prompted you?
Yeah, we discussed this earlier, but if you're not on, that's okay. Just talking about movies too much with people, and I was just like people that weren't interested. So I'm like, okay, I'll make my own videos because I enjoy making them, and then I'll talk about it, and then people have an option to watch it, and it's basically just gone from there. And I think improved, and it's improved from 2018 for sure, gone better and better and better. And now I'm just like, yeah, it's fun place, and now I have people, I'm collabing with people, I'm talking with people sometimes daily about movies that I've never even met. But it's interesting because you meet people from all over the world.
Okay, so the next one I have is favorite hobby that isn't like related to YouTube or YouTube in general. So just anything that isn't related to that. Do you like have a certain hobby?
I'd say probably going to the gym. Like I really only started that in 2020, and then I didn't get to for a lot of it up until like September, and then I got to go up until like December. Now it's closed again, which sucks. But I love going to the gym. It's a lot of fun for me. It's obviously really good for you, and I don't know, like I really enjoy it. I kind of have been interested in doing that, but then like I have a few friends who like do it too, and I go with one of mine, and it's fun. I really enjoy it. It sucks that it's closed now, but we got to pull up bar at home for Christmas, so that's pretty fun.
Yeah, but so my last and final question, and then we're probably gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
Any future goals for YouTube?
Well, my goal. Actually, I just realized that recently, in like under a month, I've gained 79 subscribers. So I don't have like a plan thing for the end of the year. I don't know where I'm going to be at. It'd be nice if I could hit 1,000, but that's pretty crazy. It depends on how. Basically, it just depends every month. You never know. I still have no idea. I mean, that's a big number. That's all over double of what I have now, and that'd be nice. But I think my plans are just make videos every day or every other day. It's every day now, but I don't know how busy it could get if stuff goes back to normal. I don't know how busy it'll be if we go on vacations later in the year like we were. Then I might not, but my goal is just keep making content that people enjoy, like my airplane reaction. I'm going to do reactions hopefully every single week. My airplane reaction got over 2,000 views, and I'm like and it's only been up for 5 days, and I'm like, that's really impressive for me. It's like almost my most viewed video. It's my most viewed video that's up, and it's really interesting. So I think just keep making content, keep making videos with other people. Like I still am making monthly videos with Film Stock, Chris. My plans, I got probably more videos with Josh after credits. I got videos planned with Talking TV Podcast, Alex Thomas, hopefully Brandon Critic again. So there's a bunch that it's just like, keep making videos, but also keep, you know, entertaining videos and making them with other people. I think that's my long, complicated answer.
Okay. The link will be down below.
I'm not sure if you're talking right now, but yeah.